Evening, everybody. I hope you're all staying safe and well still. It's coming up to a month now since we sadly had to close the salon doors, and several of you have been either emailing or messaging us asking for advice on skincare. So I thought now was about a good time to talk you through my skincare advice and also to take you through a mini facial that you can do for yourself at home. Most of you now would have been probably due in the salon for either your monthly KC or S-Bar facial. And so I know that many of you actually have the S-Bar products at home, but if you don't have S-Bar products and you've got other products, that's absolutely fine. So I thought I'll talk you through a facial and then you can use the products for yourself at home and turn it into a bit of a pamper session for yourself. I do think right now, at the moment, with all the madness that's going on in the outside world, it would be nicer to take half an hour for yourself, a bit of relaxation time and a bit of me time. So this video is about half an hour long. You will need to get all your products set up and ready before you start the video. I've also got a bowl of hot water and I've got my damp cotton pads. So then you're all set up and ready to go. And obviously then you can pause this video as you want so that you can do it step by step. So I'm 43, as most of you know, and my main skin concern now at this point in my life is anti-aging. I'm aware of a few fine lines and wrinkles starting to appear. I'm conscious about getting a crepey neck as I get older, and then obviously sun damage, really. So I'm really very passionate about advising people the importance of using sun cream. So this morning I cleansed and toned and moisturised. I did use the Optimal Pro Defense SPF Factor 15, which I'm putting on, especially because it's such nice weather at the moment outside on lockdown. And then I've had my makeup on all day. I have been out. I went shopping this morning. I did some volunteering as well this morning. I've done some work on the business, on the social media side, and I've spoken to my S-Bar rep as well and done some paperwork. Steve and I have been on our bike ride today as part of our allowed bike ride that we can do. And so I just feel now that my skin needs a bit of a clean, and I've got time this evening, so I'm going to take the time to turn this into a bit of a pamper session. So I'm going to start off with just getting my fringe out of the way. And I've also got a headband. Now you don't have to have a headband, but if you've got one, it's quite a nice way of just keeping your hair out of the way. So I do try and practice what I preach, so I use the S-Bar products at home, but usually it's a quick cleanse, tone, moisturise. I do exfoliate twice a week, and with normal to dry skin, that would be the advice. If you've got oily skin, you only really want to be exfoliating once a week because you don't want to overstimulate the sebum production on your skin. I don't use a mask often enough at all, and now we've got the time, so I'm going to this evening. And then I'm obviously going to moisturise at the end as well. So I'm going to start off with taking off my eye makeup and my lip makeup. So I'm going to use the S-Bar Bioactive Eye Cleanser. It's an oil on water product, so it's 2 layers, which you do have to mix together. Now mine's the old packaging, but it doesn't matter. It's still the same product. And I'm going to apply that product to the damp pads. And I'm going to press those pads onto my eyes. And I know this probably looks a bit odd in the video. So to remove the pads, you're going to come up and out and underneath the eyes. You don't want to be dragging that thin skin underneath the eyes. And already you can see my makeup starting to come off. So I'm going to fold my pad in half and come down the eye. And then fold it into quarter to come underneath. And then I'm going to do the same on the other eye. So I love this product. It's got coconut in it and rose water. So it's really conditioning, but also nice and soothing and nice and gentle to use around the eyes. And that's my eye makeup removed. I'm going to do the same for my lips. Damp cotton pads with a bioactive eye cleanser on again. So that's my lipstick off. And then I'm going to do my cleanse. Now I like to use the hydrating cleansing milk, which is this one here from Espar. Really nice and creamy. It's got rose geranium and chamomile in, so it's lovely and soothing, and I love the smell. It's a really nice gentle smell. So about a 10p piece size onto my hands. I'm going to apply that onto my skin. And don't forget, you need to cleanse your neck as well. And then just circular movements over the skin. Underneath the eyes, always be a bit more gentle underneath the eyes. Use your ring finger and come in. Cheeks. Again, right into the crease of that nose. Jawline. And then circle up the neck. I put my sun cream on my neck this morning, and I also did spray perfume. So you need to make sure that you're taking any product off that area as well. You need to protect that area just as much. And to remove it, you can either use mitts if you want to, and a hot flannel, splash off with water. Some people use a muslin cloth. I'm going to use damp cotton pads. And then just come up the neck. If you didn't want to use the hydrating cleansing milk, Espar have got lots of other cleansers. In particular, they've got the balancing foam cleanser, which is great for oily combination skin. It's a foam, so it's a really nice one to use as a wash. And if you just watch the video, you'll see it comes out as a foam and it smells lovely. It's got yucca in it, which helps it to foam, but the mandarin, which is what I can smell now, is just lovely and refreshing. So it's a great product, especially to use in the morning, just to sort of wake up, because that lovely sort of citrusy smell in the morning is really nice. They also do have a 2-in-1 product. It's the Purifying Micellar Cleanser, and it's a 2-in-1. So it's cleanser and toner together. So there's no excuses. Really, really simple to use. You don't even have to splash it off your face afterwards. So just apply it with damp cotton pads and your cleanse is done. Cleanse and tone. So it's a great product. Take on holiday. Rather than taking 2 bottles, just take the one. Chuck it in your gym bag and then you can cleanse your face when you're at the gym. So it's a really, really easy, straightforward product. So there's no excuses really about not taking your makeup off. Then I'm going to do an exfoliation. And the exfoliation, as I said, ideally normal to dry skin, you're going to do this about twice a week. You only need a 5p piece size. And you'll notice I'm using spatulas with my pots rather than putting my fingers in. I'm very sort of conscious of getting bacteria in the pot. So I like to use a spatula and then always make sure you put the lid straight back on afterwards. Because my skin is a bit touch sensitive, I like to mix my exfoliator in with my cleanser. So I've got a 5p piece size of the refining skin polish. I'm going to use 10p piece size of the cleansing milk. So mix that product together. And it doesn't feel quite so scratchy when it goes on my skin. I think that's quite often. And just press it in first. And then circular movements. I think that's quite often why people don't do an exfoliation, because they don't like that sort of scratchy feeling. But if you mix it in with your daily cleanser, a little bit goes further, but it doesn't feel quite so draggy on the skin. Again, right in the corners of the nose, top lip. Make sure you get right out to the hairline where your makeup is, because sometimes we don't always cleanse right to the hairline. You might forget to take all your makeup off. Circle up the neck again. And that's my exfoliation. The purpose really of exfoliating is to get rid of dead skin cells, really gets rid of the day's impurities, and it helps instantly sort of brighten the skin, especially because it's been a warm day today and I felt a bit shiny after our bike ride and having had products on all day and being out in the sun. So my skin's going to feel so much better for this. Because this is a pamper session, I've decided to remove my exfoliator with a hot, wet mitt. But again, your choice, you don't have to use this, but I just think this will turn it into a bit more of a pamper session. So I've got my bowl of hot water. I'm just going to press that heat into my skin first. Oh, it feels really nice and relaxing actually. Nice and soothing. And then I'm going to turn my mitt round and I'm going to use the other side to do the other half of my face. Make sure you remove the product from the top lip and round the nose, and then just come up the neck. The point of an exfoliator as well is that it really then prepares the skin for any of the products that you're going to put on it. And there's no point in putting lovely oils and serums if you haven't really removed all the dead skin cells and any of the sort of day's impurities. So that's my exfoliation. Now I'm going to tone. I use the Floral Spa Fresh. There are 2 for S-Spa, but because I've got the normal to dry skin, I use the Hydrating Floral Spa Fresh. Again, it's got the rose geranium and it's got nerolian, and it's just lovely and soothing. I'm going to apply it on damp cotton pads. And the reason I told you damp cotton pads to get some ready at the start, and then really always to apply your product with damp cotton pads. If you apply it to dry cotton pads, the dry cotton pads are going to soak up more product, so you're going to waste product and get through your product more quickly, and therefore it'll then cost you more money. But also, the cotton pads don't want the product. You want to get the product onto your skin, so damp cotton pads. And just sweep across the skin. Again, come underneath the eyes, cheeks, and then come up the neck. The toner helps freshen the skin, it helps rebalance the skin, and it also makes sure that you've got rid of any leftover bits of exfoliator or cleanser. And then I'm going to blot. So I've got a tissue here. I'm going to make a hole for my nose, pop that over my face. Again, in the video this probably looks silly. Press. And then just blot the neck. And already, I hope you can see, my skin is feeling a lot fresher and actually quite a lot brighter already. It definitely needed that exfoliation. I haven't done it for about 5 days. That already feels a lot better. Now I've done my exfoliation, I've done my tone. So now I'm going to go on to my sort of pamper part of the facial. I'm going to use a mask, and this isn't something, truthfully, that I do very often. Because this is a pamper session and I've got the time right now, I'm going to do a mask. So I've chosen to use the Overnight Hydration Therapy Mask, which is the S-Spa product that comes in a pot. Again, this smells lovely. It's almost a sort of gel-like texture in the pot. You need about a 10p piece size, so I'm using another spatula. I'm going to apply it to my hands, and you'll see I'm going to apply it to my hands, and I'm going to press it onto my skin first and my neck, and then hopefully you'll see as you start to work this product into the skin, it actually goes creamy. So it starts as a gel, and hopefully you can see there it starts to go more creamy texture. It absolutely smells gorgeous. So this product's got ylang ylang and lavender in it, and if we had smell-o-vision you'd be able to smell it. There's little encapsulated lavender molecules in this mask, and as you massage it into the skin, they just release their soothing and relaxing properties, so it's a perfect evening product. So as the name suggests, it's overnight hydration therapy. You can actually leave it on your skin overnight, massage it into your skin, pop a hand towel over your pillow, and then just go to sleep with it. And then in the morning your skin wakes up and it feels really nice and hydrated, really sort of radiant, a bit brighter as well, and definitely a lot softer. Obviously, because this is a video, I haven't got time to leave it on overnight and then carry on with a video tomorrow morning. So I'm going to leave it on for a little bit of time while I talk to you about 3 things that I feel I would like to pass on as bits of advice. But this is just a very easy to use mask, a little bit of a treat as well. I'm just going to massage it in a little bit more. So there's Point of me always saying to you, come in underneath the eyes. You don't want to drag that skin because it's much thinner skin here on your neck and on the backs of your hands. That's where you show the signs of your aging first as well. So be gentle on those areas. So while that mask is on, my 3 things that I really wanted to sort of talk to you about were if you've bought products from maybe Boots or from counters in big stores, and you have these pots of cream in your cupboard and you're just not using them because once you've got them home, you don't like them for whatever reason, whether that's the smell or the texture, or you just don't think they suit your skin, and they're just sitting there. Don't let any product ever go to waste. Make sure that you use it. You could probably, if you don't want it on your face, it would be perfectly acceptable to use it as either a hand mask or use it as a foot cream or just use it as a moisturiser on the body. So don't waste money having products just sitting there that you're never going to use. My second thing really to pass on as my advice is that I never ever want anybody to ever go to bed with makeup on. There's no excuse really. Really, all you've got to do is a quick splash and dash, I call it. Quick cleanse, tone, moisturise, get into bed. It only takes 5 minutes. Cleanse quickly, tone, moisturise, get into bed. And again, in the morning as well, you need to do the same thing. Cleanse, tone and moisturise, and then also put sun cream on in the morning. All year round, really. There's always UV out there. Once it's light, there's UV. So you need to be protecting your skin. And the third thing then that I am really passionate about, as I've already mentioned, is the use of sun cream. I use the Espar Optimal Pro Defense, which is SPF 15. I use a couple of pumps every day, so I use it on top of my moisturiser before I put my makeup on. Sun damage is one of the key reasons why we have aging on the skin, so therefore you need to be really aware of it. And obviously with the increase of skin cancer rate now as well, I think everybody's got more of an increased awareness of how important it is to look after the skin. So those are my 3 key things really. Now with the mask, I can feel I've got a little bit left on my hands, so I'm just going to literally put the excess onto the back of my hands, which I said were thinner parts of my body. And right now I know my hands are feeling a lot drier because I'm washing them more often and I'm using the hand sanitizer and I'm out and about, which I'm sure everybody else is doing. So why not treat your hands? Don't waste that product. Again, also, if you've got dry elbows, pop that product on your dry elbows. And again, going back to those pots of cream that you then buy and never use, if you've got dry elbows, use them on your dry elbows. Dry knees, just don't waste product. Ideally, you're going to do a mask after you've done an exfoliation. It just means there's going to be a bit more impact from the products that are in the mask because you've removed all your dead skin cells, removed any impurities, and then you can leave the mask on to have that effect on the skin. But already you can see, this has been on a few minutes now, it's actually soaked into my skin really quickly already. Oh, my skin feels a lot better. That does feel nice. And the smell is lovely. If you could leave it on overnight, that lavender smell, as we all know, there's such a relaxing fragrance, just helps you sleep a bit more easily. Some nights I've been sleeping all right, but I have to say during lockdown, I haven't slept brilliantly every night. Okay, so if you slept on this product overnight, then you would just cleanse your face in the morning as you would. And then carry on. Because I'm going to take mine off and carry on with the rest of my tutorial, I'm actually going to take any excess product that I've got left on the skin. So I've got another bowl of hot water with a mitt, and I'm just going to use that again to remove that product. Turn it over to use the other side. And then come up the neck. I'm absolutely paranoid about my crepey neck or developing a crepey neck, so always come up the neck. Don't drag the neck down. Come up the neck. My skin feels a lot fresher now, a lot more hydrated. I'm just going to now apply some toner. So damp cotton pads again. Hopefully you can see. I think my skin looks a lot better already. Definitely feels softer. I think that feels so much better. It's going to benefit from this for sure. Because this is a pamper session, I'm now going to use an evening product, which is sort of a cross between a serum and an oil. Some of you may have facial oil that you could now put on and do yourself as a mini facial massage if you wanted to, or if you have a serum that you like to apply in the evening, then you could apply that. I'm actually going to use the Spa Triactive Advanced Night Booster, and it comes in a little bottle which with a pump at the top, so you just press that down. Because I said my concern was anti-aging, this is a brilliant age-defying nighttime product, so really easy to use. I'm literally using the pipette, a couple of drops on the tips of my fingers. Now my palms of my hands don't need this product. This product needs to go onto my face, so just the tips of my fingers. I'm going to massage it in and then just press that product into the skin. It's got a 4 o'clock flower essence in it and caffeine, so it's nice and brightening on the skin, but it's also got natural bioretinol in, and that really helps smooth fine lines and wrinkles and work on evening the texture of your skin. So I have to say, since they've launched this product as an anti-aging night booster, I've been using this product regularly. I tend to use it on the nights. I use it twice a week on the evenings that I've done an exfoliation, so that I really know it's going to soak in and boost my skin. You can use it, you can mix a couple of drops into the mask. So any mask you've got at home, I could mix a couple of drops in that. You can also mix a couple of drops into your moisturiser as well if you want to. I like to apply it separately and then put products over the top. But don't forget again to include your neck. And I do use it only at night. If you've got a serum and an oil, I know some people like to use them in the morning. I find, because I'm putting on makeup every day, mostly for work, and I do have my sun cream, if I put a serum or an oil on during the day, I tend to get quite warm, and then by sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my face is a bit shiny. So I don't tend to put an oil or a serum on in the morning, but that's down to you, personal choice. And if that's what you find works for your skin, then that's absolutely what you should do. So now that that serum is on my skin, I'm going to apply my lip balm. And I've got the pink pomelo lip balm here in a pot. A lot of you will recognise it. You've possibly had it as your loyalty gift out of our loyalty gift basket. You can also obviously purchase it as well. It's got a mirror inside it, which is great for putting in your handbag. And I just chuck it in my handbag and use it as a compact. But I do find it really nourishing on my skin. Like I said earlier, I am finding my skin is a little bit drier than normal, but I think it's because I'm drinking more hot drinks than I normally would, not enough water, and really being outside a little bit more, doing gardening and going on bike rides and stuff. If I was in my normal routine, I know I wouldn't be doing half those things. So I just like to make sure I'm really hydrating my skin. And then I'm going to use an eye cream. So I'm going to use the 24-hour replenishing eye moisturiser. Comes in a pump bottle, and your eyes, they need a very small amount of cream, literally the size of a grain of rice, which is not even one whole pump of this bottle. So this bottle goes a long way. I'm going to use my ring finger so that I'm not too... So I'm a bit more gentle basically around the eyes, and you're literally just going to tap this product coming in underneath the eyes and coming out on the top, underneath and in and out and over, and just keep pressing that product in. And again, because my concern about anti-aging, you do need to treat this area specifically because it is thinner skin. So this product just really helps with those fine lines around the eyes. And you use it morning and evening. Any excess product you ever have, if you feel you've got any left on your fingers, pop it on your neck. Don't waste it. And then I'm going to use the 24-hour replenishing moisturiser. This has got frankincense and neroli in it. Again, I'm using a spatula. There's the pot. This smells lovely, particularly with the frankincense, really is lovely. I'm going to put it onto my fingertips. I'm going to press that moisturiser into my skin. Come up the neck, don't forget the neck. And my skin really now is starting to feel much more hydrated than it did at the start of this session. And I love it. And as the name suggests, 24-hour replenishing moisturiser, it protects the skin and nourishes it for 24 hours. But I do use it morning and evening. But it's a lovely moisturiser, suits all skin types, really simple to use. And then at the end of my pamper session, and because I can and I have the product, I'm actually going to spritz my face as well. So all the Spa Freshes come in the 200ml bottles, but they also come in a spritzer bottle. And in the facials, those of you who've had the Spa facials in the salon will know, we get you to breathe in at the end and we spritz over your face. It's just a nice relaxing way to finish your facial. So that's what I'm going to do for myself this evening. So I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm going to spritz down across the face. So I'm going to breathe in. That's just a lovely way of finishing the facial, feeling nice and relaxed, feeling a bit more pampered as well. So that's the end of my mini facial. The only difference, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up, I'm going to cleanse and tone my skin, I'm going to moisturise, and I am going to put on the Optimal Pro Defense, which I mentioned earlier. Comes in a pump bottle. You literally need 1 to 2 pumps. Press it into your fingers and apply it on top of your moisturiser. Press it into the skin and massage it in and wait a few moments and then apply your makeup as normal. But you do need to make sure that you're putting your SPF on every day. I don't think I've got anything else that I want to advise you on this evening. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got any other skin concerns specifically for yourself, or if you want to ask about any of the products that we have, or how you might use the products that you've got at home that aren't Spa and are slightly different, I could maybe advise you. But make sure you take some time now. Have at least a half-hour pamper session to yourself. Your skin will really feel better for it. You'll feel better for it. I have to say, I feel a lot more relaxed after this now than I did at the start of the session. And then you've got your skin feeling fantastic and looking great. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you soon for another tutorial. Bye!